What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we have got more FUT Champs games as promised. I guess spoiler alert, I'm 8-1 after 9 games. I'm playing some really good FIFA. I'm really enjoying this flashback squad. What I'm most enjoying is actually, you know, it's super crazy. I feel like just in the space of the last week, I've become a much better FIFA player from playing rivals and just burning through those losses and those tough games, figuring out what works, and then taking it into FUT Champs. And I started playing just some really good passing FIFA. I've been watching a lot of Bateson, I've been watching a lot of AA, both insane FIFA players, and they pass the ball a hell of a lot more than me. I sprint with the ball and try skill moves a lot. They don't. They pass the ball a lot. They walk with the ball a lot. And so I started implementing that into my rivals gameplay. I started seeing some more attacking patterns and ways to score goals. And it's just really helped a lot. And so I've been really enjoying it. The one loss I took is in here. I ended up losing to a 90th minute penalty. The game was 0-0 until the 90th minute, and my opponent got a penalty for me standing still with Kante. He went for a shot, he tripped over Kante. I didn't put an input, I didn't make a tackle. It's a tough one to concede, but in that game, I was experiencing some bad issues with internet problems. Did you guys know I've got like a new router? I have the Netgear Nighthawk router, and it's giving me a lot of issues, and it has been since I've been using it. So as a workaround, I've actually plugged my PlayStation directly into my Switch for the internet, which means I'm getting not like the Nintendo Switch, but like my internet switch, like my hub switch. And since I plugged that in, I've had absolutely no problems and no excuses other than that either. And you'll see I'm coming up against insane teams, right? And as I say, I'm 8-1. And of those 8 wins, 7 of them have been rage quits. Maybe 6 of them have been rage quits. And I'm just tearing people apart with this flashback squad. Now, I've got lots of comments from today's video, or yesterday's video. The gameplay is only about 13 minutes long, so once we run out of gameplay time, we're going to go live onto the account. We're going to do some more bronze packs and just chat about the comments, really. You know, that's where we're at with that right now. But the first comment is from Cormac. He says, I don't know how anyone could play 30 games a weekend. I can play about 4 games a day before I catch myself getting triggered and it gets turned off. And I think you, Cormac, do it the exact right way that everyone should do it with any game, really. You play the game until you stop having fun, and when you stop having fun, you stop playing the game and you move on. I wish I did that. I wish when I stopped having fun with this game, whether it be 1 game in or 10 games in, I wish I was like, well, I'm not having fun now, I'm just going to turn it away. And for me to be able to do that is a little bit more tricky than your regular Joe or your average person that plays this game, because I make a living off this game. You know, I post this game to YouTube every day. I have a big audience that watches it every day, and it's important for me to carry on playing it. And that is absolutely my decision. I know that is my decision. I know it's my, you know, I opt into this. I don't even have to upload every day. It's somewhat self-preservation / greed / protecting my future by uploading every day. But I could easily just not upload one day. It would just mean that I miss out on the revenue of not uploading for that video, and then potentially miss out on future growth. And it, like the way YouTube works, and I don't know how some channels do it. Like when I look at like Nick's channel or Castro's channel, when I look at AJ3's channel and such, I don't know how they don't upload some days, because if I don't upload, I have a heart attack. I have a panic attack. I'm like, oh God, in this one day that I don't upload Road to Glory, the 100,000 people that are going to usually watch here are going to go and try and find something else to watch instead, and they're never coming back. And that's how I perceive things. So even if let's say I did take 1 day off, and 3,000 of the 100,000 or so that watch this were like, oh, I found something else instead, and that's now my go-to thing, the long-term effect that has on the channel is crazy. So, you know, it's in my best interest, again, in terms of self-preservation, to continue uploading daily through the pain. I just wish that the game wasn't as painful to play as it is. The next comment we've got is from Luke. He says, what's up, Nep? Is Nedved worth doing? At the moment, I have FUT Son on the wing, and I will be able to get him with only spending around 100k. Love the content recently. Keep bringing us this banging videos, man. Well, thank you very much, Luke. And yeah, I think Nedved's very good. He's got good stamina. He's got really good, well-rounded stats. He's 5-star, 4-star. He's an icon. The pattern that you can do with him is you could do Nakata for about 400,000 coins, which would be the cheapest icon. And for Nedved, you need an icon. And the cheapest icon to buy is like 430 or so. So you could do Nakata get the packs for him, which will reduce the cost price of the 400k outlay. Let's say it costs you 300k or 320k, which is 100,000 or so coins cheaper than if you were to just go out and buy an icon to complete Nedved. You can then put that icon in Nedved, you get even more packs back from Nedved, and after the icon, Nedved is about 300,000 outside of the icon. Maybe even cheaper now. I haven't looked at it since yesterday. So if we have a look at the active challenges, so Pavel Nedved is, he's 836k, and the icons are up to about 480 on PlayStation right now. So definitely doing Nakata first. You'll do Nakata for 350, worst case scenario. And then once you've done the icon, it's going to cost you about another 350 to complete Nedved. So you're looking at about 700,000 coins from scratch, and you get all the packs from Nakata and all the packs from Nedved, and you get a quality icon in Nedved, and you get an icon in Nedved that then can go into a better prime icon in FIFA 23 when EA decide to release them, or for when EA release Henry or I don't know, Vieira or Ronaldinho. You now have another icon to put into there and get yourself another pack and reduce the cost of that by 400,000 straight away as well. So I think Nedved is a win all round. I will eventually do him on this account, on our Road to Glory account, because I have Nakata already. The reason why I'm a little reluctant to so far is because I don't have anything in packs to open the packs for, and I don't want, unless EA put a promo team in whilst this icon, if this icon has a day left and there's no promo team in packs, then I'll complete it and maybe I'll save the packs. But yeah, ultimately I think what I want to see is, I want to see a promo team before I do the icon, because I want to try and have a chance at packing something good in the packs. Chris says they need to make some flashbacks cheaper because low-end players like me can't afford these. I would disagree, Chris. The only thing I'd like to see with cheaper flashbacks is if they were lesser players. So, something like a flashback, someone or other that comes in at 83 or 84 rated that's currently like a silver or something. I don't know if Agbon Lahore is still in the game. But maybe like a flashback Agbon Lahore. Is he still in the game? No, he's not. But yeah, like somebody like a flashback Agbon Lahore, taking him to like an 83 or an 84. But then it would just be a bit of a worthless card where there'd be more players out there already ready for it. The reason why I don't necessarily think they should make flashbacks cheaper is because they are, generally speaking, high-end cards that are very good for very cheap with packs back. Ibrahimovic was 200k with 110k's worth of packs back, and he's an insane card. Tevez was relatively cheap. I think he was like 140 with some good packs back, and he's an insane card. There are a lot of really good SBCs for the flashbacks. I think, even though I did Torres on this account, I do think Torres is a little bit expensive. He's almost 300,000 coins. He also gives back 100,000 coins worth of packs, and you get a 92 rated card, which has some really good value, and it's a good card. Based on a few of the bad things that Torres comes with, and the fact that he's relatively hard to link if you don't have icons or Spanish players, I think 300k is a little excessive for him. But I personally think that they've nailed the flashback cards on the head this year, really. And then Crude Dog says, hey Ned, what do you think EA will do next year with flashback cards? EA can't really release the same cards over again, so what would you like to see replace them on FIFA 20? I disagree. I think they can release the same cards again, just like they do with icons. Essentially, flashbacks are icon versions of cards, not necessarily prime icon versions of cards, but they're like icon versions of cards for cards that are still in the game rather than cards that have retired. So I think we will probably likely see exactly the same sort of flashback cards, but I am desperate, absolutely desperate for EA to give us something to grind for other than coins and packs. I'm desperate to give them, for them to give us, we've talked about it a lot, an upgrading method. And somebody had given a comment. Oh, maybe I didn't pick it. But yeah, what I would love to see is release Torres as an 88 flashback. Give him potential to be upgraded to a 95 flashback, but you've got to put the time in to upgrade him, scoring goals, getting assists, just playing games, completing objectives and things like that to get him up there. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now I've got something to work for. I've got something to work towards. Right now he's 3-star, 4-star. Give him, after scoring 50 goals with his weak foot, he goes up to a 4-star, a 5-star weak foot. beat 100 players with skill moves or 300 players with skill moves, and he goes up to a 4-star skiller. And I know that they have those capabilities because they've done it with pro clubs over the years. One of the ways that you used to have to get skill moves in pro clubs on your pro is to dribble past and skill past players in clubs. And I would love to see that sort of thing in FUT. Stelios says, Nep, how many flashback cards didn't you do? I didn't do Dani Alves, I didn't do Boateng, and I didn't do Leighton Baines. And then I didn't get Pedro, who was a FUT swap flashback card. I believe I have done all of the rest of them. So pretty happy with the flash. For me, I think the flashbacks have been the best thing in the game this year. I think they have been absolutely phenomenal. I really, really like the flashback concept. I really like the cards in general. Every card does come, other than Ibrahimovic, I'd say, every card comes with a small fault here or there, whether it be a weak foot or stamina or composure. But, you know, every card comes with a small fault. But for how cheap they are and for how good they are, I do really, really rate the promo. Aidan Carroll says, hey Nep, do you know if when you apply a consumable, for example, a squad fitness, and you have a lot of them in your club, both tradable and untradeable, if it will apply an untradeable or a tradable consumable? It will apply your untradables first, 100%. I did some testing on that one. But yeah, it will absolutely 100 million percent apply your untradeable first. And then the last comment for the gameplay is from Pickle. He says, Yo Nep, I built a worse team around Torres and Gerrard in order to enjoy FIFA again, and will probably suffer in champs and rivals. The question is, should you sacrifice rewards for fun? It's such a tough question to ask because the answer is both yes and no. Because to have fun in this game, you need to be able to compete, especially in the competitive scene that FIFA has become. But to be able to compete, to get rewards, to be able to have fun, you need to have good players to be able to compete, and to be able to compete, you need to have good players to be able to have fun. It's weird. It's like a big cycle of, if you want to have fun, you are going to lose more games, which ultimately wouldn't be fun. It's just not fun. I don't know anyone that really goes on a prolonged period of just getting battered around in FIFA and comes away and goes, well, that was fun. No one does. People relate winning to fun. But at the same time, going 4-2-3-1 like I do, going one depth, no pressure, and scoring a terrible goal in a 1-0 win, that's also not fun. I stopped playing FIFA on stream after this game because it was boring to me. I was like, that was a dead game, guys. I didn't enjoy that game at all. I thought that was boring. The way that guy played was boring. The way I had to play to see out the win was boring. And so I stopped playing there for that day because it wasn't fun in spite of winning. And that's a bit of a problem. And, you know, I catch myself a lot at the moment, just being super negative, and I know I am being super negative about a lot of things. And I think one of my tweets from earlier was probably the best way to explain what the issue is for me. So somebody had said, you know, basically I was talking about the game again today on Twitter, as I do. I engage a lot about the game. And somebody made a comment to me about complaining a few had, and then some other guy said, don't bother with these guys trying to hate this game to me with the patch is dead. I completely understand what you're saying. And I responded to him saying, I think it's an important discussion to have. I realize my tweets and my general demeanor sometimes is very complainy, but I'm advocating for a better game. And I think you should be worried about the people that aren't speaking out. You know, your favorite content creators, the game changers potentially as well. Those guys that are just letting the game cycle run away right now, who are just, you know, I think those guys, I think us as a FIFA community, whether it be a content creator or a viewer or just somebody who plays the game, if we just sit there and say nothing will change. EA will continue to do the same things. We have to make ourselves heard just to have a chance of change. I'm not naive enough to know that EA probably won't change much, if anything at all, based on us complaining, right? They probably won't, because it has to go through about 11 layers of execs and shareholders and investors and equity partners and so on and so forth before it gets a yes or a no. It'll have to go through legal, you know, everything that they could potentially want to do will have to go through a million departments before it gets okayed or denied. So, you know, any realistic changes aren't going to happen. But by saying nothing, you just accepting that this is the best that we're going to get. And I don't want to accept that this is the best we're going to get. I want better for this game. Not because I get more views or less views or you know, bigger kudos or anything like that, but because this is a game that I've spent my life playing. I've been playing this game since I was a young boy, over 20 years. In fact, this is like I started playing FIFA specifically, the FIFA 98 Road to World Cup. I was playing football games before that, but I was playing ISS Pro. I was playing, which is obviously Pro Evolution Soccer, but back what it was called beforehand. I've been playing, I was playing Italia 90. That's right, when I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, Italia 90 used to be in all the arcades. I used to play what was the World Cup? There was like another World Cup simulator game or game in the arcades that I used to go to, because people didn't used to have consoles when I was a lot of your guys' age. And then yeah, my first ever FIFA was FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup. So I've been playing this game now for 21 years. That's how long I've been playing this game for. I love this game. I don't complain about this game for sometimes it's for personal benefit and personal growth, but mostly it's because I want the best for the game that I just genuinely love a lot. And if I sit here and say nothing, I feel like that's the wrong way to do it. So although sometimes I do get super complaining and I'm super negative in many regards, it's just because I just want better. It is because I want better. Anyway, Pickle says, oh no, we did Pickle's comment just there. Nuke says, throwing in a thought, how about you play the first 10 matches with a creative fun team, and then if you feel like you switch, it would be cool for us to see how you play with players you pulled but you can't use normally, just like in today's episode, but you make it a weekly thing. Although you want the best results, I would probably find it more interesting to see creative teams more often than getting 1 or 2 wins more than normal. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good plan. The biggest issue I have with that is that, much like the team that we have up now, is that I lack certain players from certain nations, teams, divisions, leagues, whatever, to the point where I end up forcing certain other players in there and it becomes mostly the same team. Although this is a flashback team, all in all, you know, I've got 5 flashback players in the squad, which is huge. This team is only 3 players different from my best team. We talked about it in yesterday's video, but I would play Courtois or De Gea over Casillas. Although, with that being said, now that time shooting is finished, Casillas is a more than viable option as a goalkeeper, and I've got him on 10 chem, 99 diving, 98 handling, 99 reflexes, 99 positioning. His kicking is a bit bad, his speed is very good. The biggest issue with Casillas previously was that because he was short, even if you moved him, time finesses would still fly in. It's why I didn't like Lloris very much, and it's why goalkeepers like De Gea and Courtois specifically were very, very good for me, because they were way taller than normal, you know, a couple of inches at least. Now with time finesses just being generally nerfed to the point of, well, people basically don't even use them. I've probably conceded 5 time finesses in 100 games since the patch. Now because of that, Casillas is probably up there with my best goalkeeper. So in terms of being a creative team and not my best team, I would argue that Casillas is part of the best team. Juanfran definitely is. Varane definitely is. Militao has been my left back or my right back in my best team, and Ferdinand is also part of my best team. Ballack and Kante are still my best 2 CDMs. Raul is still in my best team, and Ibrahimovic has also been a starter part of my best team. So you could argue that the only 2 players that are different in my fun creative team are Torres and Rooney flashback, and they replaced Neymar and Bale team of the year. And that's horrendous. and that's part of the problem if I played with a fun team, you know, if I played with some different creative players, if we put Aouar in, if we went for a French team, I would still ultimately have a lot of the very same players, and it would only be 3, maybe 4 players that are different. And I think that's a bit boring. And that comes down to the fact that I can't really go and, let's say I just used a full French team. That would be really difficult because I would super suffer in certain areas. And let's say I went for a German team. You know, I've got Farman, I've got Jonathan Tah's special card, we've got some other good cards. I don't have any great midfielders or attackers from Germany except Michael Ballack. I don't have any like player of the month Royce cards. I don't have Royce in general. And so if I were to build a German team, it wouldn't be to the point of where I got 1 or 2 wins less than normal. It would be a point where I'd be playing with such a horrific team. It comes back to that whole fun versus results comment that we just had, and I don't think I think it would be so far away from the spectrum of, hey, this is still pretty fun because I'm using a different team, that I wouldn't enjoy it. However, Nuke, like you say, for the first 10 matches, we can definitely experiment. I said to you guys before, if I was like, I said I was going to play the 10 games with this team, with the Flashback team. If I was like 7-3 or worse, or 8-2 potentially or worse, I would carry on playing with the Flashback team until 14 wins. And if I was 9-1 or better, I'd probably switch back to my main team to try and push on for Elite. However, I have a constant internal battle with what I want out of this series, what I want to give you guys by way of content, and how engaging it is, not for you as viewers, but for me as the person that creates the video. And again, I've been tweeting a lot today, a lot of just like random stuff all over the place about a lot of random things. And one of the things that I tweeted about, by the way, is that the EA have a event on right now. They have it's some tournament. It's the FIFA E Club World Cup, right? Quite a big event. It currently has 6,200 viewers instead of the 50, 60, 90, 100,000 viewers that I've seen on other tournaments previously over the last few weeks and months. And the reason why it only has 6,000 viewers is because fundamentally the game isn't enjoyable to watch. And if EA don't give an incentive for somebody to go and sit in that stream, i.e. a giveaway, they won't go and sit in the stream at all. So the fact that it only has 6,200 viewers and Castro has 10,500 viewers and he's only just started streaming speaks volumes about the lack of worth the gameplay has. And that's worrying. However, that's not what I was talking about with the tweets. One of the tweets that I responded to, AJ3 had tweeted me. Obviously, he has a Road to Glory as well. And he had tweeted me saying, let me find my tweet right here. He had tweeted me saying, I actually tweeted out something, a comment that I saw on Reddit. And it's from a guy called Jay Smits. And he said, they've effed this game beyond repair. It's miserable to play, so close to uninstalling it. And I highlighted the comment, the sentence, it's miserable to play. And I tweeted out, like, this speaks volumes to me, because it does. It could not describe my thoughts, my feelings of this game better. This game generally is extremely miserable to play. And maybe that makes me miserable. Again, maybe that makes me too negative. Maybe I could be more positive in it. Maybe I could... maybe the onus is on me to be more creative, have more fun with it. But the way the way the world works, the way this industry works, the way FIFA works and stuff, you just get punished beyond reproach for trying to do anything outside what is absolutely required to try and get the best results. To the point where, you know, instead of getting elite, you get gold 3. You don't really get punished in that sense many times. But and to respond to that, AJ said to me, I'm sitting here hating myself playing FUT CHAMPS. I'm literally only doing it for content on the Road to Glory channel. It couldn't be any less fun if I'd tried. And I'm the same. And you know what? I've said this to A9 Skills, and I'm happy to be open with you guys, because I feel like we have that on this channel. You know, I'm very open in everything, specifically on this channel and how we talk about things. I've said to AA many times, like, I don't know if I want to continue the Road to Glory. And this is why I started this little topic here with me saying mentally, I battle with myself all day, every day. Genuinely, all day, every day, I battle with myself, trying to understand where I want to go with this series, with this channel, what I want to do with FIFA in general, because a lot of people watch this series. You know, on a bad day, it's 80,000 viewers. On a good day, it's 130,000 viewers. On an average day, it's around 90 to 100,000 people, which is up on last year. And that shows that EA have done a good job with content this year. The fact that my views are more this year than last year, it means the content has been good enough to keep people coming back, which is great. However, I'm playing Champs now. I had a great week in Rivals. Pushed up back into Division 2, getting close enough again to Division 1. Really enjoying learning the new patch and stuff. But once you get to a point, it becomes such a chore and such a bore that you just don't want to play. And I thought to myself, you know, if I didn't have a second channel, I wouldn't even play champs. I wouldn't have that stress in my life. I would do Draft to Glory, probably some squad builders, with which I probably would play champs to do them on the main channel, and SBCs, and that's all I would do. And after that, I wouldn't be putting myself through everything that everybody puts themselves through in terms of playing this game. And once again, I'm absolutely aware that this is my choice. I choose to do this. But when I see so many people in the comment section be grateful for me and the fact that I'm here every day and part of your daily routine, and when so many people show up every day to watch this series, I feel like, not a pressure, because it's not a pressure. I just feel a desire to want to continue giving you guys content on this channel and through FIFA Ultimate Team. However, I would quite happily not play FIFA at all if I could still give you guys content every day. And I would also quite happily not play gameplay at all unless there was something to play for. And I think that is my biggest issue with the game. I don't speak for everyone here. In fact, I probably speak for very little players. Because I know, for example, I know AA loves to play the game because he loves the competitive aspect of FUT Champs. And he loves, you know, trying to get into top 100 and hitting those 30 wins and stuff. He enjoys that. I love playing for something. That's what engages me. And if there was always something to play for each week, I have the urge to get better and do better. And that's why at the start of every FIFA, for the first 3 months, I'm just grinding so hard to get better because I've always got something to play for. I've got to play for a better striker or a better midfielder or a better this or a better that. You know, there's always something to play for. And then a card comes out. There's some good rewards that come out. But because the team of the week has been so bad, generally, and because the FUT Champs rewards are so under par compared to what everybody has in the game now, I actually have nothing to play for except the Road to Glory content, which is exactly what AJ said. He said he's literally only playing for the content on the RTG. And that's where I'm at. I'm only playing this game for content. And so what I tend to do is, although there are times where I'm like, yes, I'm going to, you know, just going to give it my all right now, when I get enough content for the video, I'm done. And so today I knew I had enough games for today's video. You know, we've got 8 games in today's video. So I was sitting here like, yeah, I mean, I literally don't have to play anymore now today. And so I played 9 games on Friday. It's Saturday at 20 past 6. EA released absolutely nothing except promo packs, but it's Saturday at 20 past 6. This is Saturday night's video. Once I finish this video, all I need to do now is get enough games played for Sunday night's video. And that will only require me to get to 14 wins. You know, because once the amount of games it will take me to get to 14 wins, that's more than enough games for tomorrow's video. And then Monday's video can be Rivals gameplay, pushing back up to the points needed for Rivals, you know, pushing back up to Division 1. And for me, it's because there is nothing to play for. And as I say, I don't speak for everyone in that. I know some people play because they love the game. Some people play because they love the sport. Some people play because they want to get a better rank in FUT Champs. Some people play because they just love the competitive nature of the game that they have available. Me, I like to play for something. I like to play for a player or something that I know is going to be great. And I was looking back on FIFA 17 stuff and FIFA 18 stuff where you could get Team of the Season reward packs for finishing Elite. Like if you finished Elite 3 or Elite 2, you would get a Team of the Week pack. And it would contain, Team of the Season pack. And it would contain 2 Team of the Season cards instead of 3 Inform cards for finishing Elite. And I loved playing for that because I was playing for Team of the Season rewards rather than just your base informs. So it inspired me to play, and it kind of gave me something to play for. Right now, I have nothing to play for. I literally have nothing to play for. I have nearly 3 million coins in coins. I have at least 1 million coins in items in the club. I don't really have much else in terms of tradable, but I already have an insane club. And I have so many high-end players that there is not an SBC that comes out that I couldn't do. For example, De Bruyne doesn't get into my team anymore. He can go into an SBC. Neymar, if I do Nedved, which I will in time, can go into an SBC. Torres can go into an SBC. Ericsson can go into an SBC. Aouar can go into an SBC. Tevez and Rooney, Aubameyang and Huntelaar, they can all go into SBCs. Pogba hasn't even featured on my bench or reserves for a month, let alone getting into my team. He can go into an SBC. Sturridge, Pato, Nakata, Goetze, even Mbappe, SBC. Chicharito and Felipe Anderson, they can go into SBCs. If these cards, if the live items don't get good upgrades going forwards, or if Lazio or Arsenal go out, they're now going to be going into SBCs. Vrsaljko, Eder Militao, Arnautovic, Skriniar, which I completed, guys. I didn't even make a video on that, and I'll explain why in a future video. But yeah, Skriniar, Koke, all the live items, they can all go into SBCs. So when a big icon comes out, I've got the cards available in the club already from everything that we've done, to the point where I don't need to spend coins on it. So when Henry comes out, I could probably complete Henry for next to nothing. I would just have to sacrifice all of my cards that I don't use ever, that are cool cards that I'm forcing into a squad now to try and do something a bit different. But in terms of my main squad, until team of the season, I literally have a squad that's very difficult to upgrade, and that's why I'm not playing for anything. I'm playing to just play. I'm playing to just create content, and I'm playing just to satisfy the urge of still playing the game, really. And that's an issue. And that is where I'm going to leave the video for today. But I want FIFA 20 for me has to be something where I can play for something. Otherwise, I'm going to really consider what we do on the road to glory and how we do the road to glory, because I don't want another year of me playing hard for 3 months, getting too good a team too quick, struggling to find any incentive to play until team of the season, and then playing hard again for the last 2 months. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to have a reason to play throughout the course of the whole year. And funnily enough, the whole first owner road to glory was supposed to be that barrier. It was supposed to be so much more difficult to get the best players in the game that I would be like, I thought now I'll be like, damn man, I'm still using, Luke Shaw at left back, or I'm still using Marcus Rashford at striker. I thought that's what was going to be happening. I didn't for 1 second think we'd have so much capability to generate so much on the account. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching, as per usual. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Can't wait to read your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.